In the fast-paced world of Silicon Valley, there's a pulse that never stops beating, a relentless drive for innovation that makes last year's breakthroughs look like ancient history. And right now, all eyes are locked on a tiny aluminum box that is about to change everything we know about desktop computing. We are standing on the precipice of a monumental shift in the Apple ecosystem, a moment where the lines between consumer-grade portability and professional-grade power are not just blurring, but completely dissolving. The rumors have been swirling for months. The supply chain leaks are reaching a fever pitch, and the benchmarks we're seeing for the upcoming M5 silicon are, quite frankly, terrifying for the competition. This isn't just another incremental update or a minor spec bump. This is the 2026 Mac Mini M5, a machine that promises to pack more raw power into a footprint smaller than a lunchbox than the most expensive Mac Pros of just a few years ago. We are talking about a total architectural reimagining, a leap in artificial intelligence processing that makes current models look like calculators, and a connectivity suite that finally treats the Mini as a serious, no-compromises workstation. Welcome back to my channel Tech Rivet for exclusive insights into the future of tech. Subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon for more tech updates. ***. The story of the 2026 Mac Mini begins deep within the clean rooms of TSMC, where Apple's next-generation M5 chip is being forged using an advanced third-generation 3nm process, internally known as N3P. While the world was still reeling from the efficiency of the M4, Apple was already moving the goalposts, focusing on a new fusion architecture that fundamentally changes how the CPU and GPU communicate. Imagine a highway where there are no speed limits and no traffic jams, where data moves between the processor and the memory at speeds exceeding 150 gigabytes per second. This is the reality of the M5. The base model is expected to start with a 10-core CPU, but it's the distribution of these cores that matters. We're looking at a radical shift towards supercores that can clock up to 4.6 GHz, allowing for single-threaded performance that literally destroys anything Intel or AMD currently has on the horizon for the ultra-compact market. When you sit down at your desk in 2026 and hit the power button on this machine, you aren't just turning on a computer. You are engaging a localized supercomputer that fits in the palm of your hand. For the creative professionals out there, the real magic happens in the GPU and the newly refined neural engine. The 2026 Mac Mini M5 is rumored to feature a staggering 45% jump in graphics performance over its predecessor. This isn't just about smoother frame rates in games, though with hardware-accelerated ray tracing and the second generation of dynamic caching. This will be the first Mac Mini that can genuinely be called a gaming powerhouse. No, this is about 8K video editing, real-time 3D rendering in Blender, and complex architectural visualization. Apple is doubling down on Apple Intelligence, embedding dedicated neural accelerators directly into every single GPU core. This means that tasks which used to take minutes, like AI-driven object removal in video or massive language model processing, now happen in the blink of an eye. The M5 isn't just thinking faster, it's thinking smarter, utilizing a 16-core neural engine that is reportedly 4 times faster than the previous generation, making it the ultimate tool for the AI revolution that is currently sweeping through every industry from healthcare to Hollywood. One of the most significant, yet perhaps underappreciated, changes coming to the 2026 Mac Mini is the death of the 256 gigabytes base storage tier. For years, users have complained that Apple's entry-level storage was a bottleneck, a relic of a past where files were smaller and apps were lighter. In 2026, the standard Mac Mini is expected to finally start at 512 gigabytes of high-speed NVMe storage. This move is a direct response to the demands of modern software and the sheer size of high-resolution media. But it's not just about capacity, it's about speed. The new SSD controllers in the M5 are aiming for read and write speeds that double what we saw in the M4, reaching up to 14 gigabytes per second. This means your computer won't just feel fast when it's new. It will stay fast even as you fill it with massive projects. And FO are those who need the Pro version. The Mac Mini M5 Pro is set to become a studio killer, offering up to 64 gigabytes of unified memory and the debut of Thunderbolt 5 on the mini lineup. Thunderbolt 5 is a game-changer, providing up to 120 gigabits per second of bandwidth. This allows you to run multiple 8K displays or connect ultra-fast external RAID arrays without ever hitting a bandwidth wall. The design of the 2026 Mac Mini is expected to maintain the ultra-compact, pizza box-inspired form factor that was introduced with the M4 redesign, but with subtle refinements to thermal management. Because the M5 chip is so much more powerful, Apple has reportedly redesigned the internal cooling fin stack to maximize airflow without increasing fan noise. You could be rendering a full-length feature film or compiling millions of lines of code, and the Mac Mini will remain whisper quiet on your desk. The port selection remains best in class for a device of this size. 2 USB-C ports and a high-impedance headphone jack on the front for easy access, and a dense array of Thunderbolt, HDMI, and Ethernet ports on the back. But the real hidden upgrade is in the wireless connectivity. We're looking at the integration of Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6. In a world where we are increasingly reliant on cloud workflows and wireless peripherals, having a stable, multi-gigabit wireless connection is no longer a luxury. It's a necessity. Wi-Fi 7 on the 2026 Mac Mini ensures that your desk remains clutter-free without sacrificing the speed of a wired connection. As we look toward the release window, all signs point to a late spring or early summer 2026 launch, likely coinciding with the 50th anniversary of Apple. This makes the Mac Mini M5 more than just a product. It's a milestone. It represents 5 decades of computing history condensed into a single, perfect object. The pricing strategy is where things get interesting. While some leaks suggest a slight price increase to $699 to account for the doubled base storage and the significantly more expensive 3nm chip fabrication, others argue that Apple will keep the $599 starting price to maintain its dominance in the value segment. Regardless of the final price, the value proposition is undeniable. You are getting a machine that rivals the performance of workstations that cost 5 times as much just 4 years ago. It is a testament to the power of Apple Silicon and the vision of an integrated hardware and software ecosystem. When you pair this machine with macOS Tahoe, the version of the operating system specifically tuned for the M5's AI capabilities, the experience is seamless, fluid, and almost telepathic. But why does the Mac Mini M5 matter so much in 2026? It matters because the way we work has fundamentally changed. We are no longer tethered to massive towers and corporate offices. The work from anywhere and creator economy movements demand power that is portable yet permanent. The Mac Mini is the heart of the modern setup. It's the brain behind the dual-monitor home office, the engine inside the recording studio, and a server under the developer's desk. By putting the M5 chip in this specific form factor, Apple is democratizing high-end performance. They're saying that you don't need a $4,000 Mac Studio to be a professional. You don't need a bulky PC to be a gamer. You just need this small silver box. The M5 Pro variant, in particular, is set to bridge the gap perfectly, offering the kind of multi-core performance that was previously reserved for the Macs and Ultra chips, making it the perfect sweet spot for 90% of professional users. As we dive deeper into the technical specifics of the M5 Pro, the numbers become even more staggering. We're talking about 18 CPU cores and up to 30 GPU cores. This chip uses the new super and medium core architecture, where the medium cores are actually more powerful than the high-performance cores of the M1 era. This efficiency allows the Mac Mini to handle background tasks, like indexing files, running security protocols, or processing AI requests, without even touching the supercores. This results in a machine that never stutters, never lags, and always has a reserve of power ready for when you launch a heavy application. The integration of LPDDR5X 9600 RAM further pushes the boundaries, offering a level of memory responsiveness that makes traditional PC RAM look sluggish. Every click, every swipe, every command is executed with an M. DIAC that feels less like a tool and more like an extension of your own thoughts. The 2026 Mac Mini M5 is also a statement on sustainability and the future of manufacturing. Apple has been pushing toward a carbon-neutral footprint, and this machine is expected to be the greenest Mac ever made. From the 100% recycled aluminum enclosure to the gold-plated circuit boards sourced from ethical mines, every component is scrutinized. But sustainability also means longevity. By providing a chip as powerful as the M5, Apple is ensuring that this computer will be relevant for a decade. A student buying a Mac Mini M5 for college in 2026 will likely still be using it for their first job in 2032. This future-proofing is the ultimate value. You aren't just buying a computer for today, you are investing in a platform that will grow with the software of tomorrow. As AI models become more complex and video resolutions climb toward 12K and beyond, the M5 will be there, ready to handle the load. Comparing the M5 to the competition in 2026 reveals a widening gap. While Intel and AMD have made strides in their mobile and desktop architectures, they still struggle with the performance per watt metric that Apple has mastered. A PC with equivalent power to the Mac Mini M5 would require a massive power supply and significant cooling, often resulting in a loud, hot machine. The Mac Mini, by contrast, draws a fraction of the power, saving users money on electricity and contributing to a cooler, quieter workspace. This efficiency is why the Mac Mini has become the go-to choice for massive server farms and Mac farms, used for app development and cloud rendering. The 2026 model, with its enhanced N1 connectivity chip and support for Thread and Bluetooth 6, also positions itself as the ultimate hub for the smart home and the connected office, seamlessly bridging the gap between your computer and every other device in your life. In the final analysis, the 2026 Mac Mini M5 isn't just about the specs. It's about the feeling of using a device that has no limits. It's about the freedom to create without worrying about the progress bar. It's about the confidence that your hardware will never be the bottleneck to your creativity. Whether you're a YouTuber editing 4K HDR content, a developer building the next great app, or a researcher processing vast data sets, the Mac Mini M5 is being built for you. It is the culmination of years of silicon engineering, a masterclass in industrial design, and a glimpse into a future where mini no longer means compromise. As we wait for the official unveiling at WWDC 2026, one thing is certain. The desktop computer is not dead. It has simply evolved into its most perfect form yet. The Mac Mini M5 is coming, and it is going to be magnificent.